Hey, welcome in. Well, woke culture, it's not about, authoritarianism and just controlling every aspect of everybody's life and just pigeonholing everybody into some category that they can't leave. No, it's not about that. It's just about sensitivity. It's about, not hurting people's feelings. It's about stopping, violence. Let's see, a white woman writing a book about dumplings. Oh, wait a second. That does seem to be about pigeonholing people into categories that they're not allowed to leave. Okay. All right. Well, let's get on with the story. Twitter users dunk on social justice warrior for complaining about white woman who published Dumplings cookbook. Now, this is obviously kind of funny and idiotic, but it's also kind of sad when you see the response from this author who's been criticized for publishing a book of dumplings. It's actually quite pathetic. But let's take a look at this story. A social justice warrior and culture writer complained on Twitter about the alleged problematic nature of a white chef publishing a cookbook about dumplings and noodles. Well, what a shock. I mean, in a world where literally everything is problematic, the wrong person writing a book about dumplings and noodles is problematic. What a shocker. Just going to interrupt for 1 second to say, if you like this content, subscribe so you can see more. Thanks a lot. So let's see, Rosalind Talusan insinuated in a tweet that she found the idea of a white woman writing a cookbook about traditional Asian food to be a form of, you guessed it, cultural appropriation. She tweeted, "Why did a white woman write a cookbook about dumplings and noodles? I don't know, maybe she knows how to cook them?" That could be an answer. I mean, the ridiculous thing is, obviously all of human history is just a long story of cultural trade between cultures, going as far back as culture has existed. But, everything's insane now and nobody knows anything actually about history. So I guess that's a bad thing now. But anyway, well, here's a tweet here. Why did a white woman write a cookbook about dumplings and noodles? Again, maybe she just knows how to cook them. So who is this Talusan who is so offended? Surprise, surprise. She works at Vice, AV Club, Bitch Media. So this is all very shocking. She has posted a slew of controversial takes against white women online, including one that dubbed white women as a plague. So that's not very nice. And that certainly, if you change the colors around, that's not going to be tolerated by, certainly not by Vice. In fact, she'd be banned from every social media. Let's see. Her tweet was directed at BBC recipe writer Pippa Middlehurst, a former cancer research scientist turned winner of Britain's Best Home Cook. Well, at least she's doing better things with her time now, right? She studied Chinese cookery at Lanzhou, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, at Noodles School, and created a cookbook to help people create her favorite dumpling and noodle recipes at home. So apparently she actually did study Asian food for 15 years. And I don't really understand leftism, so I don't know if that makes it more racist or less racist. I have no idea. She says, here's one comment, because she's passionate about dumplings and noodles and is really good at making them. You really trying to segregate cooking? Yes. Has nobody been paying attention to the left? They're very big on segregation. I mean, there's not even any point in being kind of astounded by the stupidity anymore, right? The woke people have been telling us that they're this ridiculous the whole time. I mean, really, we should just believe them. But anyway, let's take a look at this author, Middlehurst, the one who did the book about the dumplings and noodles. Let's look at her very sad response to this. It's really quite pathetic. It says, "Hi, Rosalind Talusan. Trying to approach this without defensiveness, and it seems as though your issue is with the larger system of injustice in food publishing. Underrepresentation of BIPOC authors, overrepresentation of white authors, blah, 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 rather than me personally, or so I think anyway." So I don't know. I wasn't aware of the larger system of injustice in food publishing. This system of injustice in food publishing, I wasn't aware of it. So I guess now that I know that there's a system of injustice in food publishing, I guess, I've got to change my mind. I mean, how dare she write a book on noodles? And as for this underrepresentation, I mean, I'm sure in China that no such thing exists as an overrepresentation of Chinese authors about anything. But anyway, attacking an individual that you know nothing about, pasting a picture of my face and calling me an arrogant and uncreative white woman allows others who respect your opinion to justify harassing me. In my experience, tweets like this don't challenge the systemic issue. Don't forget, there's a systemic system of injustice in food publishing, okay? Challenge the systemic issue or instigate any change. It just serves to temporarily make me the poster child for that system of injustice that no doubt I am a part of, and simply leads to dogpiling and mounds of threatening DMs telling me, for example, to go and drown and you deserve to fail, and it ends there. So what does this mean? Well, you're saying that she's actually right. It's just you don't want to get bullied. You agree with it all. You agree with the insanity of her argument, right? You just don't want it to be you. I mean, you're saying here that there is a a system of injustice in food publishing. And you're saying here that you're a part of it. So according to according to her own insane ideology, this woman that criticized her is right. I mean, how about this? Maybe this response is better. Maybe this one is better. You're a lunatic. Shut up. How about that? Anybody can write a book about any kind of food. It's food, for God's sakes. I didn't just author, the Nuremberg laws, all right? It's a book about noodles. Shut up. I mean, that would be a good response. Honestly, there's nothing in her response here to this woke lunatic that actually proves her wrong. I mean, if she is part of that she says she's no doubt a part of the system of injustice in food publishing, that is how insane this is. The system of injustice in food publishing. I mean, if you think that you are a part of this system of injustice, then you should be attacked. I mean, that's the world you want. That's the world that you want. If you agree with this lunacy. Anyway, it's sad. Why can't I just wish some of these people would just actually push back and say, no, you're crazy. Anyway, it says here, following the online blowback, Talusan posted her PayPal account to her Twitter feed in hopes of raising funds for her alleged $130 therapy sessions, because of course she needs therapy. Quote, anyway, therapy cost me $130 a session, and I'm going to need it after almost 48 hours of harassment from Nazis. Thank you to everyone who sees what's happening. Tips, solidarity, heart emojis appreciated. The harassment from Nazis. So the person who dubbed white women as a plague is under attack from Nazis. Okay. Well, I would say that she definitely needs to talk to somebody. I mean, how many times have we seen this? Attacks somebody on racial grounds, accuses the people who criticize that of being Nazis, and then, she's the victim who needs a therapy. Again, I do think she needs therapy. I think she's nuts and has horrible, bigoted ideas. I just hope that the therapist might mention something about her obvious moral confusion. In any case, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast, Radio Baloney. It's on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.